And welcome back to The Average White Guys. My name's Alex Haynes, one of the owners of A Squared, and we help turn those likes into dollar bills. And you know it, ladies and gentlemen, you can say his name with me. We chant it till he comes out. Justin Scoutin. Justin Scoutin. Let's hear it for Justin of LLW.
Hello, everybody. This is Justin with LLW Properties, Community Real Estate Services. Thank you for joining us tonight. And now we get to hear the introduction of a guest.
I know you're our first guest. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just paint a picture for you. There have been many women who have gone to the hospital because they fought over this man. One woman went as far as actually put another woman in the hospital because they looked at her man. That's right. We're talking about the one, the only, the godlike John Deming. John in the house from End to End Painting. Say hi, John.
How we doing, everybody?
He is as fabulous as we make him out to be. And we have him on our show because he also has an amazing mind, as amazing as he looks. So, 2 for 2.
That's it.
Nice
Yeah,
thing
right?
you said to me all year.
I know. So what are we talking about tonight, Justin?
It's either a great thing or a pissy thing. Sorry, I was trying to be somewhat politically correct there. Or nice.
Do we do political correct on the show?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. That's true. We try not to get murdered.
We're talking about travel.
Travel.
And sometimes travel is great depending on your destination and what you're going for. But then sometimes just travel sucks. Bus, trains, what is that? Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
Good old John Candy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie, man.
Yes.
Great reference. Points to you.
Thank you.
The crazy thing I've learned is the more money you have, the more better the experience tends to be.
It's very
Is
true.
that, John, do you travel at all?
I hate flying.
You hate flying.
I absolutely hate it.
Are you a train guy? Like, do you get on trains? Like,
No, I mean, I would, yeah. I've done a lot of flying. It's
Okay.
only in the last few years that I've started hating it, and I don't know what happened, but
So is it the fear of heights, or is it more of a just like my wife gets anxious? She hates the line. She hates the TSA and just, are we going to be there on time? So that's why she hates
You
it.
don't
when
like
she's
the
in
free pat down, the free body,
Free
I'm
groping?
single, so this is the only affection I get all year round.
Why are you getting the free pat downs? I just go through the line where you raise your hands and
I
the
purposely
scanner
wear
goes.
multiple layers.
Okay.
I'm trying to get that physical contact.
All
I'm
right.
lonely.
I don't know what it was. As soon as I started traveling with Sarah and Charles, I just realized there's nothing that I could possibly do to prevent any harm befalling them, and I think that really screws with my head because I traveled solo for years, up and down East Coast and to the South and whatnot for business, and I was the guy sitting in the row holding the old gal's hand who couldn't handle takeoff or landing, and I was like, everything's fine. Have a cocktail, relax. That's how I used to travel. Now I can't.
So I'm going to say
Relax.
it is anxiety. It sounds like, because the anxiety of making sure you're who you're with is safe.
I guess
Yeah.
that's got to be something.
Very mature. I was going to mention that I was the old lady trying to hold your hand, but I got told no by your girlfriend. I don't understand.
Do you like traveling?
I actually do. I have the different issue. So I get stir crazy when I've been in one place too long. I'm the type of person, for most of my life, we picked up and moved like every couple of years. I lived all over the place. I got to live in Europe. I lived in Texas for a while. This is the longest, other than where I was born, I've ever lived. And a couple of years back, I was like going crazy because I wanted to just pick up and go. I was like, I just gotta go. Putting down roots has been difficult.
Bit of a nomadic soul, huh?
A little bit. For me, it's an opportunity to meet new people, and that means there are new best friends just around the corner. That's always how. Like, I make friends in airports. I make friends on trips. I made friends like just traveling. Like,
So you're
producer is making faces because he is the exact opposite of me. He's like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
Thank you. That's the way I
That's
am.
how I
I
travel.
was looking to say, so you're the person where you're kind of wanting to have the conversation for the 3-hour flight, and
No.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
yes. 100%. I'm like, no, but yes.
Yeah.
Only if they're interested. Like, I'll sit down next to somebody. I'm like, oh, what do you do? And get them to talk to me by just prodding, asking questions I know they're interested about themselves. The trick to get anyone to talk is asking them about themselves.
But to me, I'm like, okay, I finally get like 3 hours to listen to a podcast, to listen to my whatever it is, and nobody can bug me. The last time I traveled, I put my hoodie on, I put my ear pods on.
Oh, yeah.
I had my glasses on too. I did not get talked to at all. It was
No,
very
and
pleasant.
I'm smart enough to pick up those signals,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Usually. But no, I am the John Candy of this situation.
yeah.
You know that guy who sits down next to you like, "Hey, Patty pal, aren't you excited?" And could talk your ear off for like 3 hours and you wanted to murder them, but somehow become friends with them.
I was just watching Home Alone, and remember where John Candy comes in and they're in the polka band,
Yes.
and they had to travel in the back.
Box truck.
The whole time he kept talking to the mom. Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
That
Yes,
is that is a really good example of what I could be depending on the situation. Because of my travels, and because who I am, it became very comfortable for me to break the ice and like get people to talk about themselves. And for me, there's always an opportunity to get to know somebody, which is like exciting. I get to experience life through somebody else's eyes, and I'll ask them questions. And um, it's there's parts of me like this is why I pick up recipes from around the world. I'll ask people, "Hey, what's your favorite dish?" And they'll share and they'll tell me, "Oh, my grandmother made this," and I'll learn, I'll listen, I'll write it down, then I'll go try it out. Um, that's the chef inside of me. It's like if I was any good at cooking, I would have been Anthony Bourdain, right? Right?
Yeah.
Traveling, meeting people, cooking food.
it was interesting. I just met with one of the board members from my association. He says he likes to travel and he goes all over the world. He says one of the things that he does with his, I guess, travel group
Mhm.
is they'll at least go to one host's home during the week that they're there, a week or two. And this way they can get the authentic, they'll go to their house
Mhm.
and they'll get the authentic meal from them and they'll kind of prep it for them and they'll even invite them to do the cooking with them if they'd like, just to get that feel of it. I mean, they're just random people that are opening up to travelers, but
And you'd be in the rest of the world, it's way more open than
yeah,
friendly than the
Must
United
be.
States, depending where you live. Like Texas is
I don't know. The South is pretty friendly and welcoming,
so take
but
that
I'm white, so
and then
that's,
add yeah, wow. Take that, but add another level to it.
Yeah.
So in Europe, a great example, I'm on a bus going to some random city that I decided to jump on a bus to. And some guy's like, "Oi, what's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm so and so." "Oh, you American?" "Yeah, man. What are you guys doing?" "Oh, we're gonna go out party. You want to hang out with us?" Sounds like fun. And the next thing I know, I'm over in Germany with a bunch of people I just met,
Hmm.
and they're introducing me as like their next new best friend. And 3 days later, I'm like, "How do I get back home?" And I don't know what that sign
that
says.
was a good party.
yeah. 3
No,
days
I didn't-
later.
I didn't do anything crazy. Like I didn't do anything wrong or illegal. I didn't do drugs, but like it was the weekend and we just had fun. We went to one thing to the next and it was just we hung out and had fun. That's fun to me.
Yeah,
Not
I
for
don't.
you guys? No?
I think I would have. I mean, if I was maybe in my early 20s, yes, that would have been
Now,
different.
now there's no way I would be freaking out that I had work. Like I gotta go back to work and do stuff.
Oh.
Back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I could agree. I had a similar encounter in Georgia. It was great. We were like just outside Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
and then somebody was like, "Hey, we're going to a party in Atlanta." I'm like, "Why not? Let's do it."
Let's do it.
Yeah, I still made it to the meeting on time, but they were like, "You look like hell. You can go home or go back to your room."
I made it.
Whoops.
One piece.
I was on time.
That's
On
it.
time.
That's all that matters.
I think I feel like death
Yes.
twice over, but I made it. Oh man, good times, good times. So we're talking about travel, Justin. Obviously, you like to close off the rest of the world, which is like
What?
honestly, I understand because I think this time I'm going to be listening to podcasts. I'll be using the time to decompress. 'Cause my life's changed pretty dramatically, and so an hour and a half of peace. I'm going to listen to an audiobook. I'm going to take a minute to like read some papers that I need to read through or get some education in because I have so very little time.
I think part of the reason why once I get onto the plane, it is that stress of going through TSA. And if I travel with the family, you got the younger ones, you're trying to keep them occupied and keep everything going. And it's just so frustrating. I think that's why I said at the beginning, sometimes travel is great. Once you get there, you love it. But
Mhm.
to get there is where I think the pain comes in. And so once I'm in that chair, it's just my time to decompress.
Mm.
And I think that's why I like it more than having. Sometimes I've had some great conversations with the person next to me, but overall, yeah, that's why. It's just decompressing.
I don't know anybody that really enjoys flying. Like that's the part you have to do. The good stuff is at
Oh, I actually
the
like
end of the flight.
I like the plane ride.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean,
I mean, the older I get, I don't like having to go to the bathroom more often on a plane. I'm just saying, I'm calling it as it is.
so
But
there was a time I didn't, mostly because I was much bigger, and so like getting into a small seat, like first class, was a problem. That was a me personal issue. Now I don't have that problem.
I've had that problem since I was 17. It's my
You're
length.
tall.
It's not my
Yeah,
width.
you're a
though.
little
Yeah.
bit different. I was wide. So a little bit different issue. I don't mind the flying. It's the takeoff and the landing and the bumps that always get me. I'm gonna be honest. So
It
like
sounds like
right
most
when we
of
take
flying.
off, right when we take off, there's like 30 seconds where I'm like, I say that prayer. I'm like, okay, because most people, this is a crazy thing. You usually things go horribly wrong in like two cases when you're taking off or landing. Like most of the issues are then. So right as you take off, that push back, I'm like, oh, there's a shaking of the a really bad turbulence. I think remember there was one time where you got a text. My producer got a text from me. It was bad. Like the
Like, I
plane,
think I'm about to die.
people were hitting the roof. They had to
Yikes.
put their belts on. Like I was like,
Yeah,
this could be it.
I've never been through one of those. My dad said going to Texas one time, he hit those where it felt like he dropped like 10 feet easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The text that got sent out of it, hey, don't know what's going to happen. Love you all. And everyone's like, what the hell? And I was like, look, man, the pilot was scared. I heard it in his voice. We all were scared. People were praying. The person next to me who recently told me that they don't believe in God just became a Christian. Like it was one of those things, man. He converted right next to me.
Yes.
At least for that 5 minutes, we all thought we were gonna die. It was bad. When they tell the flight people, please go strap like
Flight
this is
attendants
not gonna
ahead
go
and
well.
Strap on in.
Yeah, it's not gonna go well. Other than those, I like it. I don't mind it. I like especially in first class. Let me tell you, that first class experience, very nice.
I've never had that.
I
Back to the depending on how much money you have.
That's
it-
where I was going to go with it next too, because I've flown Southwest for so many years, and I hate Southwest. I mean, it's actually once you're on, it's nice, but I hate you got to call and you got to get your like at 12:01 to try and get the series. And
do they have a first class option?
Oh, the boarding group.
No,
where you have to check
Southwest.
In.
Oh,
yes.
Southwest is the one you have to
72
like.
hours in advance.
Everyone's rushing to check in early to get better seats, right?
Yes, and then you even have to get in line from there, and then people choose all over the place. Sometimes you don't get to sit with your wife or your daughter or something like that. When I was traveling,
You know,
so
there are other options, right? Other planes you could.
I do, but again, sometimes it
Tell you
was
at the end of the flight. We know you have many options.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you for
for
being
choosing
cheap
us.
enough to.
Yeah, you stupid asses.
Hey man, I've flown Spirit Airlines and Frontier, so like you talk cheap, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at one point they gave me some bicycle pedals and said, "Push harder, flap."
Yeah, but when you had two kids in sports traveling everywhere, you
yeah.
try and go with the most inexpensive.
Economical.
Yes, economical. There we go.
Thrifty options. It was the thrifty man's choice.
Yeah. No, I mean, I loved flying Delta United because you'd get the seat, you know where you were sitting. You can, if you did it early enough, you could pick it. So those were pleasant, but so many times I'm going down south or you just do Southwest because it's an hour flight and you're like, really, does it care if I sit next to my wife for
You're only
an
in the
hour?
air for what, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
So I got really lucky. The year before, the airplane people screwed up bad, so I got like a really big credit. And then on top of that, I was very ill at the time. You remember when I was really bad for a while?
Mhm.
And so trying to stuff myself in a small seat, I just couldn't even imagine it. So I was able for very inexpensively because I was able to plan out, get first class. I was flying all the way back to Maryland, which for those who
That is
don't
a
know, we're in
ways.
California. That's an 8-hour flight.
It was 8?
Yeah. It's so
Yikes.
it's like 7 hours direct, it's 8.5 hours coming back. Depending on how the tailwind hits. One way it's like an hour less. But anyway, I could not have I was like, there's no way I can fit into a normal seat with this pain and this agony and be comfortable. So I ended up getting the first class. It was very nice. Like the seats were much bigger. It was much more comfortable. They're actually attentive to you. Like they ask if you want stuff and multiple times. Not like, hey, we'll come back in 45 minutes and we'll throw some pretzels at you as we walk by.
Right.
Shut up. Here's your Diet Coke. Shaken. It was like, hey, would you like, I think at one point, like, oh, we have some champagne for you. Why? I don't understand. I don't even, no, it's complimentary. Who are you? The vast difference of how they treat you it's almost shameful.
First time I went to a 5-star hotel, I'm like, I don't know how to act around.
I don't
here.
understand.
What is this stuff?
I was like, you're not getting any more money from me. Like, they're like, no, it's all taken care of. Would you like would you like a
tip you or
blanket?
what?
Or you want a pillow? I'm like, this is a trick.
You mean coming down to the lobby in a wet towel is not kosher here?
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, some places depends what the hotel is. This is California, baby. We got all
That's
types.
true.
I went down to one in Southern California. When you first get there, would you like a hot towel with that's been soaked
with
in like,
lavender.
yes.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
What do I do with it?
They actually had towels, like real towels in the bathrooms for the lobby where,
Do they give you the little
kidding.
one that looks like a mint, and then like you go to eat it, they're like, no, 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 and they gotta like pour the water on it, and it expands.
I've not done that one. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a fun one.
I haven't done that since I was in like kindergarten with the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Except when someone does it for you, the bill's much higher.
Oh, is it?
So part of the other reason I don't like to travel though is just it's even just driving there. You got to go to the parking lots and you take the trolley to the so just things like
Makes
that.
so much sense because you're talking about like family travel.
Yes.
I have friends I guilt into doing
Oh.
it and taking me. So, or
Yeah.
pay them off. Like,
That's it.
also have Uber, Lyft when my friends decide that they don't love me anymore. So
Right.
I don't have, but I could see that being a pain, especially when you're carrying a bunch of luggage. John, you mentioned you travel with family, right?
Yeah.
How's that?
We did Montana a couple years in a row, twice a year for a couple years. And Denver Airport is gargantuan. It is the largest place I think I've ever been to.
Larger than the
And,
state.
Yeah,
Somehow. The airport is bigger than the whole
yeah,
state.
exactly. And for whatever reason, our connector was in the back end
Mm.
of the recently not remodeled, and you see a very clear distinction where the construction stopped, and they were just like, who cares
We
about
ran
this?
out of money. We
This
don't
little
care.
4-gate wing over here, but we had to take a train to a tunnel to run, and I mean we were hauling ass, and I had all the stuff because I just have a woman and a small. She was like 10,
The
so
little
she
leg
couldn't carry
syndrome shit.
anything. Yeah, the
Yeah.
tiny legs.
Yeah.
And so it was a nightmare. We had like 40 minutes to get off our plane over to the other plane to get onto it and
Yeah.
get in the air.
Yeah. And it takes 45
Yep.
to get there, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do I do this?
It took us 37 minutes to
Oh,
get
dear God.
from gate to gate, and
You're,
we
like,
were just
huffing
like
and puffing.
huffing and like, please, can you give us a second to go grab some? Yeah, well, that's fine. You can board last. It was a 15 passenger little puddle jumper from Denver to Billings.
I remember those. I had
So not only was it still getting on another plane, it was the
yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
those
are we
ones
gonna
shake the whole
make it?
time.
Yeah.
I've done those from Hawaii where you do the little
Yeah, jumping across the islands.
We did.
It's nice down there though. It's calm and smooth. It's not
I'm
slamming up and down over the mountains.
well, yeah, that's different wind drift there, that's for sure.
I had a bad puddle jumper experience. So when we first moved to England, I ended up getting really, really sick. So sick that I got really dehydrated. If you don't know this, if you get really dehydrated and you're not sleeping well, you start hallucinating.
Mhm.
And so I'm
Lack
on
of
this
oxygen
thing,
from the
and then like halfway through this, I start losing it entirely, and I'm seeing stuff. I'm like, I think I'm gonna die.
what drugs are you on?
It was a rough. Let me just say it was really rough. And if you've ever been overseas, one of the breakfast items, which I will never do ever because it still to this day makes me want to puke, is roasted tomatoes.
What's
They
wrong with roast
roasted
tomatoes?
They're delicious any other time except for breakfast when you're already throwing up, hallucinating, and it smells. The whole place smells the minute you open it. It hits you in like multiple senses. And when you can see the tomato wave hit
Hits
you
in
because you're
multiple
hallucinating,
senses.
dude, it's not good.
Roasted tomatoes is like their snack or something?
No, it was like part of their breakfast, but the scent was so powerful, and I was already hallucinating that I saw a wall of like
Tomatoes
hit me. Like it was really I was out of it, man.
I thought you were gonna
like
say
3
something
days
like
later,
blood
I
pudding.
came to my parents like, "Oh, you're feeling better?" I'm like, "How many days has it been?" Like, "Oh, you've been sick for like 3 days." I'm like,
That was a
"Did
good
anyone
trip.
want to take me to the hospital?" Like, I'm pretty sure I almost died.
They checked your neck. You were
You were
breathing.
fine, you were breathing. You
fine.
looked like a little
Yeah.
pale.
Yeah.
Pale.
Sleep it off.
I love my family.
Isn't it free over there?
Hmm?
Isn't it free over there to just
Yeah,
go
we
to the
didn't know that
hospital?
when we first moved there.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Oh. Even for foreigners?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's you will also die in the emergency room because
It
it
takes
is
forever.
free, and it takes forever. Yeah, there's
Oh,
a whole
okay.
joke about like, oh, you going to the ER? Cool. What do you want on your tombstone?
Wow.
No, that's unfortunate. I did travel to Australia once. And that was like a 17-hour flight.
That's a
That's rough.
long
That was a
haul.
long flight. And the worst thing is I can't sleep sitting up
Mm.
at all. And so I even took some the ibuprofen with the sleeping stuff in, just whatever. I didn't take drugs at that time. But so here I am. I'm like, for 18 hours, we took a night flight. I didn't sleep for almost like 26 hours.
Oh,
And that was brutal.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the worst things.
When we went to England, we got across what we call the pond, the ocean. That is about 15, 16 hours. So, but we take the ones that we can sleep on. So those chairs go flat and you just pass
Nice.
out. But I've also learned to sleep almost anywhere due to our traveling. Like, you don't know this, but I haven't mentioned to you, but I traveled for a while on a bus um, with a group. So there were a couple times we traveled to other states, or I drove, not the bus, but like I drove a van following the bus. And you learn to sleep almost anywhere, including like really weird alleyways on a bus and
Yeah, no.
really questionable places.
I got good at sleeping at the gate.
Yeah.
I'd get there early when I was taking off from wherever coming back home, and I
Mm.
would just crash.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting right next to the gate, so I'd hear people shuffling or whatever, get up just in time to get on the plane and get home.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to learn to sleep wherever you can get it.
Yeah.
Just put your feet up and close your eyes and try to think about nothing.
I wish I could.
You know the best thing about travel?
Hmm.
You come home to your own bed. I don't know. It's like this new resolve of this is my favorite place ever.
Yep.
Do you get that? Does anyone else get that feeling? Like when you've
Yeah, but you have to clean the house first. So
no.
you have to clean before you leave so that you can come home to a clean place, and then it's really not as clean as you thought it was. So then you just have that.
That sounds like a different show together.
I was gonna say that's another podcast.
That's a different podcast altogether. Let's not touch that with a 20-foot pole.
But no, yeah, there's nothing like your own bed, especially like we have the Tempur-Pedic.
Mm.
And so no matter, I don't care if you even stay at a 4 or 5 star hotel, those beds are just not the same. The pillows aren't the same. I mean, there have been some nice beds I've slept in at some of those hotels, but there's just nothing like your own bed.
Now, this is my first year I'm traveling and I'm leaving my pets. I've traveled before when we've had pets, but I've had people like live with me and so the animal didn't really, they miss me, but it wasn't as bad. This is the first time my pets are going to throw a fit because I don't have
Somebody
anyone
coming
live
to
with me.
watch them,
He's
or
gonna come watch them,
Okay.
but it's still not the same, right? I guarantee you there'll be a revolt and something will be destroyed. I'm sure. There will be like scratch marks. If you ever leave again, we will murder you. Like, oh my God, I'm so proud they learned English. They can communicate. They're also very violent creatures. Please help me.
It's gonna be one of those trips you're like, might not get the deposit back.
That's true. But I mean, where I live, that's a 50-50 shot anyway.
So where are you heading on your trip?
By the time this comes out, I would have been and back from Vegas.
It is a clandestine meeting, though.
Yeah, no, yeah. I have some people. We're gonna meet, talk about the stuff, and no other questions. Thank
There's
you.
gonna be owls involved.
I'm going to CES, Consumer Electronics Show, and so I get to go be a nerd with my dad and look at all the cool crap that's coming out in the next couple of years, and make a list of things I want to buy that I can't afford.
All right.
Really excited about that.
It's like when I go to Home Depot.
Yeah. Except these things have multiple zeros at the end. Usually.
Right.
Yeah. So, oh, look at this robot that no one should own because it'll murder us all, but I really want one. Things like that.
I used to work for a cabinet shop, and we had all the high end stuff to do, all like the CNC routers that would cut all the wood out for you, and banding machines and everything else. And we went to a couple of those trade shows, and yeah, they had the $1 million band saws and everything else. So yeah, those are fun.
AI is going to be a big part this year.
Yes.
I am very
Probably
excited.
be overwhelmed with it.
Oh, I'm going to come back with a list of I can't wait to try, or let me test this or beta test this for my business. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of things that I'm purposely looking for to bring to California, bring to what I do, help my business grow, help people I know, increase our revenue. AI isn't the future; it's here, and we might as well get used to serving our robot overlords. But that's another podcast for another time.
Is there nobody going to the show with just like a body cam so that you can put on your Oculus and pretend you're there? And you don't have to
I'm sure you could pay
fly?
someone to do it if we can talk and for enough money.
I
do
don't.
that.
I don't want to.
No, they did a digital one a while back during COVID. They offered the digital and it was kind of cool. It's not the same.
No.
It's because you can like some of the stuff you pick up and play with.
Oh,
Really cool. Like some of the stuff they come out with is it's insane. I got really into ag tech this last time around. learn about vertical growing, about how they're using AI to increase production of how fast something can grow. So they're speeding up growth, they're tracking growth, they're getting more fruit and yield from a crop. Insane stuff using AI. It was really, really cool.
Well, I saw one, I think it was maybe TikTok or YouTube, where a tractor can actually tell the difference between the weeds and the actual what it's trying to grow.
That's
And
impressive.
it'll actually go through and it zaps it as it goes through the field. So this way they don't have to use the pesticides.
Yep.
Whoa.
Really
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Okay. So
Yeah, didn't know it was that
that's a
high end,
point
did you?
toward being on board with AI.
Yeah. I mean, like what it so like anything, it's how you use the tool, right?
Mhm.
And so some of these people are doing really cool stuff. I know a couple different languages. One of them is ASL, American Sign Language, and they have AI built around ASL, so you can now communicate with your TV instead of like having to type it out. You can sign, and it will understand and look up. So like
That's
speech
kinda cool.
recognition, but it's ASL,
Hmm.
which is like I was like, who thought of that? That's
Yeah.
so cool. And they were demonstrating it. I saw my first 3D live interactive um Pop Star. So it was a TV and you could interact with this 3D person character that was a drawn anime, but they would interact with you and talk and like walk around this 3D set that didn't exist, but interact with you. And if you walked, it would like look at you and follow you. So it
So
was a
back to the
combination of
60s, they're watching us through our TVs.
yeah, it was really, really cool. 100%. And
That's
for market, because I started asking, so
wild.
how does this work? They're like, this is what we do. I was like, can this be applied to like stadiums and other things? So like, that's what it's built for. Really smart. I was like, oh, this is big. This is really cool. And then some other cool things. I've had grandparents who dealt with dementia. And so there are people dealing with dementia and helping um, like rebuild patterns in your brain and stuff, which, as you know, I love neuroscience, something we talk about psychology. And so I got to talk to some people and about marketing and neuroscience and like pattern recognition and got to like work with some people for a couple hours and kind of swap some ideas about how to better help people who are dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia. And it was really fun. So there a lot of really cool things happen at these events.
So that's a wide range of electronics that you now have talked about. So
Yeah.
what, I mean,
It's everything.
it is that. So even medical stuff?
Oh yeah, there's my favorite medical thing, massage chairs. You can get a massage chair for like 15 minutes. They give you the full thing. It is so wonderful when you walk like 20 miles because you're walking around all these conventions. It's amazing. They're also super expensive, and I want one so bad. I just can't afford it. Plus I got to pay for the shipping. Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have
Actually,
massage chairs.
They're down to like
Um,
3,000. We're looking at getting one.
Do you remember
My chiropractor has one, so I get spoiled when I go there. So that's
Oh,
the
nice.
reason I'm like, yeah, I think I might get one of those.
We're talking
they
about like the sharper image thing that you'd see in the movies in the mall.
yeah, you know, like when you sit and like the whole thing like swallows
Yeah,
you
and it
up.
kind of engulfs you.
Yep. Full like hard massage.
Yeah, they're only.
Balls to
I
sit-
say only, but I mean, they used to be like $8,000 to $10,000. So now
Oh,
they're
no,
only like,
these are some of them are 10.
yeah.
If you want Corinthian leather.
Who doesn't?
But now they're down to the 3,000 to 4,000.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's where I'm saying, yes, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but it's not where it used to be. Is
Oh, and then at the end of the show, you can get some crazy deals because they don't want to haul it back. So,
Oh.
no, they have everything from like cooking stuff, like
oh, you
smart
might
cooking.
need me on speed dial.
Okay,
then.
you know what?
I'll pay for shipping.
You're like, you'll pay for shit. He's like, how much?
That's it.
I'm like, you got a card? I got a card.
That's
For you.
it.
Take a card right now. Now I got to figure out how to get this back.
It's-
So it should be even more fun this time
You
around.
buy another seat.
Yeah, right. How badly do you want this?
Uh,
So they have everything on the health stuff. They have everything from like food to like weight loss. Like you remember when they had like the shaking machines you
Yeah.
stood on to like help.
Still have them, but yeah.
Right. So they had those one year.
Hmm.
Remember tens? Is that am I saying that tens? Where they zap you?
Yes.
That was really big for a while. They had those one year and they were like selling the units. Those were painful to try.
Oh, like the pain relief deal where you put
it,
on
like
the
zaps
diodes
you. Yeah.
and it zaps your muscles to kind of
Yeah.
relax them.
They were like,
Huh.
so they're really expensive. And at the show, they're like $50. Anywhere else,
Oh.
$400. So you can get really cool deals because they want you to try stuff. I got a smartwatch for tracking health that lasted about a year before it broke.
Now, some of those kinds of trade show, you have to be in the business. So is
Yeah.
this? Do you have to?
Oh yeah, I'm in the market.
I know you are, and I know your dad can go with you.
He's
but-
listed in my company. That's how he gets in.
Okay.
Nice.
He couldn't get in if he wasn't part of a company.
Oh, it's not even like a +1 deal. It's
No, you have to be registered with a business.
Oh, okay. And is there a limited amount of seats? I know we're getting off track, but just talk
No,
about
I mean,
the travel you're
they
doing.
have like 150, 200,000 people show up to this event.
Okay.
Everyone from Google to Yahoo, like to Amazon is there. We really big companies. We got to meet really cool people, talk about really cool stuff. We got some really cool freebies. I've gotten everything from VR headsets to a Google Home device, which at the time was really, really cool. But like 6 months later, no one wanted it. Like at the moment, it was like really hot because it was like, oh, this is really cool. And then it started scaring people because it would like in the middle of the night go, I don't know what you're looking for, Bob. And people were like, I turned you off. Why are you talking to me at 3:00 in the morning?
Have you seen some of the trends to where you're like, explaining it as the next best thing, and like within the 6 months, it's just bombed?
100%. Oh yeah, because that's always technology.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago, the biggest thing they were pushing, which we're now starting to see, was self-driving cars. Everyone was like self-driving cars, self-driving cars, self-driving cars. We still don't have self-driving cars. We have some things pushing it, but like everyone was talking about how self-driving cars and food delivery was going to change because robots were going to do it. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. We're just now seeing some of that. There was a big disconnect between what was feasible and what people would allow. So the issue was we're finding that people would beat up robots because apparently humanity has no humanity. And so like it just didn't work, man.
No.
So, but yeah, there's some other really cool things. This is gonna be crazy. There was a headset you could put on, and you thought something, and the computer would move, and the mouse would move.
I don't like
So
that.
you could put on a headset, and it would
Is this-
read your neural waves, and you can move.
Kind of like
Mouse.
the Hawkins
Yeah.
guy.
So and
Right.
there was another one that you could feel in 3D space because they used a certain wave, a certain sound wave, and you could feel like something like sand and like a ball in the air that wasn't there because it's all sound. You could like feel it and manipulate it, and that would do something on a screen. Really, really outside cool stuff, like way science fiction. I get all giddy about it. I get really excited.
So it sounds like we have a podcast coming up where you're going to tell us about the new items that are coming out then.
I'll have a bunch of, it'll be everything. It'll be crazy stuff and normal stuff like LED lights. Oh, cool. I saw some really cool LED stuff. John Deere always has like a big thing there because agriculture is big.
Yeah.
You get everyone who's like from Saudi Arabia to China to India to United States and California. Like everyone's there swapping tech stuff.
Interesting.
Huge. Three locations, 3 big things.
Oh,
Multiple floors. It's like when I said 20 miles,
yeah.
we cover like 10% of it if we do 20 miles during the 3 days.
You need to actually map out
4
what you're
days.
going
It's
to
a
look
5
for.
day, like a 4-day event, and we hit as much as we can, but we never get all of it.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh, the one time we did the car experience, we got in a car and it drove us. It was a racing car. I almost wet my pants.
Nice.
It was insane. We'll talk about that another
All
episode.
right.
It was very scary. But yeah, so I like travel. So but I also go fun places.
See, I like traveling with my daughter. My daughter's fun to travel with.
Hmm.
So I think it's just all the experience of what you get and how you can work with it.
Yeah.
And where you're going, I think, is the biggest thing too. Like if you're really excited, or if you have to go to business and you've had too much to drink,
Right.
sometimes it's not the funnest.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that was also a test. They kind of pushed me to
Mm.
test me, and I passed. But
Oh, I was going to say,
Yeah,
I don't know,
well,
it kind of sounded like you failed.
maybe.
no,
Depends
showing
what the
up,
test was.
showing up
Yeah.
was the test.
Are
Okay.
you gonna show up? You showed up. Good job. Oh
And they
man,
didn't take me back to the hotel until 4:30 in the morning, and the meeting was at 8.
that's fair. Speaking of tests, you know what we'd like to do with our audience is test them right now. You could pass that test by clicking that like button, sharing with a friend. Leave a comment below because we love comments and we desperately want attention. And last but not least, have a great week. Anything else you want to add, Justin?
Be safe if you're traveling.
Be safe if you're traveling. Thank you, John, for joining us. And you'll see him maybe in another episode. Until next time, we are
The average white guys.